What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to the very first Q&A from Fuel Fitness Co. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sending in your questions. I love Q&As. Q&As are like some of my favorite things to listen to when I listen to Training Think Tank, Master Elite Performance, Chasing Excellence by Ben Bergeron, OPEX, any of those, Brute Strength. Love listening to Q&As. And I love doing Q&As. Super fun to answer you guys' questions. So thanks for sending those in. I hope you'll keep sending them in. I did have a lot of questions, so I'm gonna have to split it up into 2 episodes. So if I don't get your question today, I will get to it in the next episode. So first question coming in: how do you fuel your body properly to maximize efforts in workouts while trying to trim up and stay trim? So when it says trim up and stay trim, I'm assuming lean and light relative to your own body weight that you want to hit. And fueling your body to maximize efforts. So I would say those are 2 separate things, okay? So when you eating to fuel your body and eating for performance is totally different than eating for body composition, eating to try to be lean. They're 2 totally different things. Now, leaning up can help your performance. Leaning up too much can hurt your performance. What I would do is this: I would break it down into sections. I would break down your eating and periodize it into sections of the year. So for one part of the year, I would really focus on getting lean. So that means you're in a caloric deficit. To keep it simple, you're just cutting calories. If you normally eat 2,000 calories a day and you maintain weight at that probably means cutting 500 calories a day and putting you at 1,500 so you can lose some weight and lean up. Doing that for a few months, then spending another 3 or 4 months in the maintenance phase where you're working on maintenance and just maintaining that leanness. That way you can dial in on performance. So the way I do it is, if I have a competition coming up, I will start maybe as much as 10 months out. And for the first 3 months, lean up. Maybe the first 4 months, lean up. And get my body fat down and try to get as lean as possible. Then for the remaining 5 or 6 months, my time will be focused on, my priority will be training and performance. So that way I'm not in a caloric deficit, which is gonna hurt my performance. I'm actually eating food to fuel my workouts and fuel my performance. And every single day, my thought process around eating is to fuel those workouts. Now, if you are trying to eat to maximize performance in CrossFit, I would highly suggest a higher carbohydrate and moderate to high protein diet and lower fat. For some people, that may not work for you. Everybody's body is different, but everything in CrossFit is so glycolytic that I highly recommend a higher carb and a lower fat diet. For me, eating higher carbs helps fuel my performance in workouts, and lower fat as well. For example, I do not eat any fats within 4 hours of my workout. Especially a conditioning workout, not so much strength. So if I know that a lot of times I do my Metcons in the afternoon, I will not eat fats, especially fatty meats, within 4 hours before that. If I eat anything beforehand, it's rice, oatmeal, carbohydrates, a banana, maybe some lean protein like chicken or shrimp, something like that. Keep it lean, and that will help you to fuel your performance. I hope that answers your question. If you want to get more in depth with that, I can send you some stuff to get just a little bit more in depth, but that'll keep it short for this episode. Great question though. Next question comes in from Andrew Jones. Is eating 30 to 45 minutes before bed, as long as you're within your macros, a good idea or a bad idea? Excellent question. A lot of people ask that question because there are some myths and misconceptions out there. Like if you eat before bed, it'll make you fat or it'll make you gain weight to eat before bed. So excellent question. The answer really is it depends. Okay, it depends on the person. In general, eating before bed is neutral. It's not really a good idea or a bad idea in general. The timing of your eating with bedtime doesn't really make a difference. It's not gonna make you gain weight if you eat before bed. But what I will say is that sleep is essential to performance and dieting and losing weight, getting a healthy amount, at least 7 to 8 hours a night if you're working out. If you're working out a lot, even more sleep than that. And your sleep needs to be quality sleep. So with that said, you need to do what works for you to help you get that good sleep. Stephanie Weber commented in on this, and she said that eating before bed makes her sleep badly. So for Stephanie, I would not force her and say, look, you need to eat before bed to recover more. No, like, her eating before bed hurts her sleep, and it's actually gonna hurt her performance and probably hurt her goals as far as trying to achieve body comp and stuff like that. So for her, it's not a good idea. For me, I have to eat before bed. If I do not eat before bed, I will literally wake up in the middle of the night hungry and have to eat in the middle of the night. And you can ask my wife about that. But so I eat before bed, and it just makes me sleep sound. It makes me sleep great. So I would, either way, it doesn't matter. Same thing with breakfast. I'll throw this out there. Everybody says you have to eat breakfast. You don't have to eat breakfast. There's no secret formula to the timing of your food unless it's for performance in your workout. Yeah, like, you don't have to eat breakfast. If breakfast makes you sick, don't eat breakfast. If you love breakfast, don't do intermittent fasting just because everyone else is doing it and skip breakfast. Like, eat your breakfast if you love it. Good question, though. Next question, why is bench press not a big component in CrossFit? That's a great question from Jan Patterson. And while I don't know the perfect answer to that, I do have some theories as to why it's not, bench press is not a big component in CrossFit. Now, if you go to most CrossFit gyms, you know, throughout the year, we throw in bench press in our strength work, you know, several months out of the year. It shows up from time to time. But bench press is not in Metcons a lot. And I think there's a couple reasons for that. For one, I think that they had trouble finding a standard for it. So everything in CrossFit is measurable and repeatable, and I think they had trouble finding a standard. So, like, if you do the bench press, well, how wide does your grip need to be, right? Does the bar need to touch your chest, or does it need to hover above your chest? If it hovers above your chest, how far above your chest? Can you arch your back? Can your butt come up off the bench? Or does your butt need to stay on the bench? Does your back need to stay on the bench? Like, there's so many things that, you know, do you have a spotter that unracks the weight for you? So I think there was just a lot of variables there that made it hard to put bench press in as a standard. But I think it could be done, and I actually think it should be done. I think we should have bench press as part of our standardized, you know, workouts, just like Fran or Grace or Isabel or Diane or any of those workouts, or Murph. I think we should have workouts with more bench press in it. However, I also do think that, you know, bench press requires you need to have a spotter if you're benching. It is dangerous to be bench pressing a high percentage of weight relative to your max without a spotter. So it can be super dangerous to do that on your own without a spotter. So that could be one other reason as well. Excellent question, Jam, and I think we should try to find ways to incorporate it more. Next question is from my lovely wife, Jessie. This is our last question of this episode. Is it good for females to lift heavy, and will we bulk up if we do? Excellent question. I think females always have that worry, and they have that concern. They don't want to work out or lift heavy weights because they are terrified that they are going to bulk up. First of all, don't be terrified if you bulk up. I mean, it's all about you and what you want, but yeah, to me, do you. Like, if you want to lift weights, lift weights. Don't worry about what anybody thinks about you for bulking up. Just my 2 cents, in my opinion. But you're not gonna bulk up. It's not gonna happen. Like, it's gonna take years and years and years and years of heavy lifting and eating and eating and eating if you wanna bulk up. If you wanna bulk up, you have to eat a lot. If you don't increase your calories and eating, you're not gonna bulk up. Now, there are some people who are genetically more predisposed to putting on muscle. So there are some females and males who are going to put on muscle more than others. Typically, those are the people that you see getting into bodybuilding. They just put on muscle easier than others. That's not to say that what they're doing isn't tough and hard work. they just genetically, they're freaks. They put on lots of muscle. And so it's really, really difficult for a majority of the population to put on lean muscle mass. So you're not gonna bulk up if you lift heavy. You can come in the gym and do 1 rep maxes. You can do 5 rep maxes of heavy weight, 10 rep maxes. Chances are you're not going to bulk up unless you just start eating a ton. Eating more because you're hungry. Now that does happen when people start working out. Sometimes they get more hungry, they start eating more. But it is, man, you can ask so many ladies that have worked out for years. It's hard to bulk up. So stop using the little 5-pound dumbbells and doing 100 reps to tone up. If you do 1 rep maxes and you get in here and you do CrossFit and you do weightlifting and you do 5 rep maxes and 10 rep maxes and you're doing heavy lifting, like, you're gonna tone up. It's not gonna just automatically make your muscles bulky. And the first part of the question was, is it good for females to lift heavy? I think it's great for females to lift heavy. I think everybody should lift heavy to a certain extent. It's good for your nervous system, just to stimulate your nervous system. It helps build muscle. The more muscle you build, the better your body's ability is gonna be to burn fat, and the more you're actually gonna be able to eat in a day. Who doesn't wanna be able to eat more? So the more muscle mass, the more food I can eat. But working out, it'll help your bone density. It increases bone density. You'll improve your tendon strength and health. And not only that, for your mental confidence, like just knowing that you're strong enough and you're capable and you're able to lift heavy things when you need to me is an important thing. So I would say, man, it's great for females to lift heavy. And I think that so many more females should be lifting heavy. I think that one of the reasons why they're not hitting their goals in the gym and getting lean and getting toned is because they're not lifting heavy. They're just getting on the elliptical while they read a book at low intensity for 30 minutes to an hour each day, and it's not doing anything for them. I think that if they were to actually get in the gym and lift heavy, that they would start to see more results. So I hope that answered your question. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. I appreciate your time. I wanted to keep it nice and short. I'm going to try to keep these episodes and these answers pretty concise. And so make sure, please go follow me on Instagram, Fuel Fitness Co. on Instagram. And if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and subscribe. I'm going to have more videos coming out. I've also got a big library on YouTube of all kinds of warm-ups and different exercises, and I've got some other tip videos on there. So please check that out and check out the Instagram. Drop any comments or any more questions that you'd like to see in future episodes. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching.